Hello everyone and welcome to the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room Recap for Tuesday, November the 14th. My name is Barry Anderson, moderator of your room. Any questions for me, you can use this email address. This is a link to get into our room, and it is a free room, no credit cards, no nothing. You don't have to be a member of Trade Ideas either to participate in our room, a completely free room. I share my screen, and I start around 9 o'clock, and then I get live on the mic at 9:05, and I go to about 3:30 every day. This is a subscription link if you decide you want to take out a subscription. All right. Well, let's take a look at some of the action today for me. So I'll start off with the bad. Okay, I'll end up with the good. So study. This was actually a good demonstration of making sure you follow your stops and don't get too pig-headed about things. Don't let your ego get in the way. I got into this one at 410. All right. It had, look at the big volume bar right there. Got into this at 410. And let's just see, it got up to 415, no big deal, but then it just started to slide. And this, this did not have, let me just do one thing here. Get the symbol linking going so that I can check to see what the volume is right now. Okay. So at the time, it really didn't, even though this big volume bar, it really didn't have that much volume. And it was earnings yesterday, so it looked kind of interesting. It looked like it was trying to make a bit of a comeback. This was the earnings yesterday. Didn't really do too much, but it looked like it was maybe going to start to fill some of this void. So that is why, oops, sorry. There you go. That's why I thought, okay, maybe if it takes, just one second here. Maybe if it takes this out, it's got a chance. So I would do it again, but of course, always obey your stops. So I escaped that one basically at 4 or just under 4. So it did not hurt me, but I didn't get all stubborn and say, okay, I'm just going to hold it, and then all of a sudden I'm down $1 on a $4 stock, which I would not have wanted. Okay, that's one of the bad, and the other one is the swing that I've been trying to do. SOGO has just not worked out. Now, because I share sized accordingly, when I'm going to go into a swing trade, I always share size accordingly. So I'm not, because I'm going to usually have a fairly wide stop. Now this had the IPO 4 days ago. Now I wasn't so impressed with this IPO because it IPO'd at 13, and there we go. See, I've got a bit of a bug here. You notice I'm not getting my crosshairs. Anyway. So it IPO'd at 13, and it really didn't. I can't really tell here. Let me just see. Yeah, the crosshairs. But I think it got up to about 14. There we go. About to 1470. But it fell all the way back. All right, which is not a great sign with an IPO. But I think on this day, it looked like it was going to maybe resume, so I ended up taking this, I think, at 1427. Anyway, bottom line is I got out today a little less than $1 loss, and I will look at this again. It's a China stock, too, and, China has been so hot. A lot of the China stocks were so hot, and this one just did not follow through. But I have an alert set for over 14 right there, so if it happens, I doubt if it's going to happen today, but if it can bounce off that IPO price and start to move, I may get back into it. Now, the really good, CCCL. Oh, I'll look at this one. So CCCL, get to a 15-minute chart. So this came on the momentum less than 10 window, which is, can give us some fantastic, absolutely fantastic gains. So let's see. I got into this one at 238, right about here. Now, I apologized in the room because what happened is we got a trigger, I think, up here, and then it pulled back, and then it moved back up. And I'd set a buy, and I got filled almost without knowing it, and then it just accelerated. So, I'm in at 238. In at 238, and I was able to sell some over the whole number at 310. when it broke over, and then up here at 350, and then out the balance, just I think was just under 3. So that was just a really, really quick trade. Another China stock, just a really, really fantastic quick trade. We're seeing that, this is, this is in the first half hour that this is all happening. So that momentum, this is the one I'm talking about, the momentum less than $10 just gives us some fantastic alerts early on. They're not all great, but one of the ways in which I try to determine whether something is good or not is, first of all, it's a super low floater, only 2 million in the float. But if I think the one I looked at earlier was SNMX as an example. You see how it popped? It got over $1. I took this one at 111, but it didn't move really after that. And so when that happens, I got in at 111, I got out at 106. When, look at the difference between that one and CCCL. Great continuation, and the other one just didn't have it. So when I get into something and it starts to stall, and it's one of these low floaters that looks like it's supposed to keep going, then I'm usually pretty reluctant to hold on and I get out. All right, NKTR. It turned out to be a pretty nice trade. NKTR, I'm still in this one. I'm in right here at 38.32. Right about here at 38.32. I sold some just underneath the whole number, 38.99, and at 39.47. Now, why did I take this? So yesterday we watched this for a potential short, because this one has been absolutely flying. On November 6th it was $23, and it hit 5-6 days later, 7 days later, 41. So almost a double. So it started off great yesterday, and then finally some profit taking. So I looked at this one and said, okay, great. Is the profit taking going to continue? Well, it looked like it was stalling. And so I really had my eye on this one to potentially say, okay, profit taking over. Maybe this one will resume. Now, I may swing this one, but I've already sold, a pretty good chunk, so I'll have to see what I want to do. But sorry about that. But this reminded me a little bit of this CIFS that I'm finally out of. All right, does this not look somewhat familiar? Something that it ripped, profit taking, and then I got into it right here. On this one, at one point, I made $12 on this, not the entire amount, but $11 and $12, and it still looks good. I'm out of it today, but this is what the nectar kind of looked like to me: profit taking, and then this daily candle. So again, look. And I'm not saying this is going to happen. Obviously I don't know. I'd love to say yes, this is going to happen to nectar. But sorry. Okay, I'm going to have to. It doesn't want the. I made a mistake on the symbol. Okay, so just bear with me 1 second. Okay, so doesn't this look kind of similar? Something that ran up, profit taking, and now maybe this bar, and who knows, maybe it'll take this out tomorrow and resume, kind of like the CIFS. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but that's what kind of drew my attention to it. And let's see. Now, just before I started this video, I took some of this click. I've been talking about it in the room. This is another one that I may have to swing. So where did I get it at? 28.15. I'm in at 28.15. Talked about this one all day long. All right, so I ended up finally taking just before I started. Well, when I was, getting my charts up and running. So I'm in this one at 28.15. Okay, and we'll see what happens. Now, if it breaks down below 28, I will get out. But this is an earnings play, and so what I'm looking at is perhaps a second day continuation. So it's looking pretty good right now. But we'll just, I'm not sure if I'm going to hold it, but we'll see what happens. If it really ripped, I'm going to have to sell some. So that's it. Another exciting day in the trading room. Again, this is a free room, so I have no idea if you've been watching these videos and you have not come into the room. I really don't know why. You don't have to be a member of Trade Ideas. Just come in and watch how we trade, how we use Trade Ideas. I'm demoing how I use it, but there are many, many great traders in the room. So I would absolutely. So I wonder why. In fact, I'd love for you to email me and say, okay, this is why I don't come into your trading room. Now, a lot of times it's because you can't sit in front of a computer all day long. So I do get that. But anyway, let me just bring back the capture program. And if you want to send me an email, this is the address. Here's the link to get into the room. This is a link for a subscription to Trade Ideas. There's a 15% promo there. If you take out a monthly, it's good for the first month only. The annual, of course, is good for the whole year. I'll open the room tomorrow at about 9 o'clock Eastern, and that's when I start to share my screen, and I'll get live at about 9:05, and I'll go to about 3:30 tomorrow. So I hope everybody has a great evening, and we'll see you in the trading room tomorrow. Bye-bye.